You want a war? You're going to get one.
What was that? He had no time for one more play.
He had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game.
You
The
literally.
brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. We had one man opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Kick Dingbat here. Welcome to day 2 of training camp, which has come to an end. We are live. How is everybody doing out there? Eagles taking care of business again. Jalen Carter standing out. Nolan Smith standing out. You gotta love these young guys and the impact that they're about to make. What is happening, everybody? How you guys doing? JJ Rock Phillies here. What's going on? Dante Costa, Jesse, David, Eagle 20, William, Christopher, Carlos Garcia, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. Wow, it's sitting there. I didn't even see it. Thank you so much, man. He says, Fly Eagles Fly, been here with you day 1, man. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me. I hope I'm coming in loud and clear. Thank you so much for that. It means a lot. Fat Cat's here. George, Joe, Millie, I am forever. What is going on, Nick, Ethan? What is going on, everybody? How you guys doing today? I feel really, really excited about this season, about this team, especially the rookies. Like, I don't remember a time where it seemed like you could have so many rookies from one class that seemingly could make an impact right away. Think about Jalen Carter. He's going to obviously be a big impact. Nolan Smith is a guy that you got to find a way to get him on the field. And then I think Sidney Brown, I think he's got an opportunity to be a starter. I think he's got an opportunity to start. This is, to me, unprecedented because I don't remember where a time where we were going to rely on so many rookies that, that were that impactful in one class, Benji, what's going on, my man? How are you? Texan Eagles is guy we need to go talk shakedown. Hey, I mean, it looks like there may be opportunities for that to happen now. I saw LB and Joey did a stream not too long ago, so I'm totally open to it. We'll have to make it happen. Lorenzo says, "What's up, Philly? Fly Eagles Fly, Fly Eagles Fly." Now, I did you guys see the Eagles are dropping the Kelly Green jerseys 9:30 Eastern pre-sale on the Eagles shop? I may go live when that pre-sale goes live. I may go live for that. I don't know. The only thing is it's like 6:30 in the morning for me. So we'll see, but I will be live that day anyways. And I'm sorry that it came out so late today. I just didn't get home till later. So it just turned out to be a long day, and I wasn't gonna not do this stream when I told you guys I would. Yeah, these dogs make me excited. Absolutely, dude. I mean, how can you not be excited about what we're hearing? And I have to address Mark Holmes. I'm thinking I'll probably do most of it in a video. But these guys think that simply because we lost these players that we haven't replaced them or that we're screwed. They forget how stocked this team is. It's true. Kazahana, am I saying that right? Jalen Carter is going to be better than Hargrave. Yeah. In long term, he definitely is. Will he have 11 sacks his first year? I don't know that a rookie is going to go out and have 11 sacks. But if you can get a combination of more than 11 sacks from the combination of Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, to me, you make up for it and then some. Miles is Philly with Jalen Ramsey out. What do you think the first 8 weeks look like? I don't think we lose more than one. I think we lose about one, maybe 2 at most. I still had penciled that Miami game in as a win, but I think the back end, when we come off the bye week, and then I think we play Kansas City, that's the tough stretch. But we should be good enough that I think we should be able to get off to a really good start, especially if we take care of our division games. We'll be fine. Bill, what's going on, man? How are you? Marcos is crying in his workshop about this Eagles defense. I know he's so scared; it's not even funny, you know. But I saw he did a video and he had my name on it. I go, okay, you always do this, and then when I come back at you, you cry like a baby. Nick Dewey says, Philly, I heard you're planning to trip San Francisco, and that is your favorite spot. I have been through San Francisco one time, and I don't think I'll ever go again. It is nasty out there. You know, my wife grew up in this area, and she's been down there a lot. She says it's completely different than it used to be. It used to be real clean and stuff. It's real dirty now. I've only been there through it once. Joe says, Philly, the last 2 drafts have made the future of the Eagles brighter than any other team in the NFL, in my opinion. I agree. I totally agree. You know, we can say what we want about Howie and some of his drafts in the past. They obviously changed their strategy and what they were doing in the draft, especially early. And it's working, you know. Where's Sills? Was Sills in here? I see his name, but I don't see him. Let's see. Rock the Artist, what's happening, my man? How are you? 500, you have mind control over Mark. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys in a minute what he's flipping out about. Cowboy player says just anything. Mark Holmes has to run with it because he has no confidence in his Cowboys. Chris Guy says Philly 5 going live. Carter Smith and Sidney Brown will be major impact players this year. Yeah, listen, I look at it and I say, Carter, I think, will be starting. I think Sidney Brown has a legitimate chance to start. And Tyler Steen at this point is battling for his starting job at guard. And then you look at Nolan Smith, it's apparent you've got to find ways to get him on the field. You know what I mean? It just is. Lucky, what's going on, man? Howie Robbery, I like that. What's up, Philly? What did I miss? I was taking care of my cat. She just had his kittens. I know you know all about that. Laugh a lot. I named the firstborn kitten 5. Nah, you named the firstborn kitten 500? You're awesome. I would love to see a picture. Yeah, I know it's like my cat. I think my cat might be pregnant. When we came back from the beach, I think my cat is pregnant. So I think I might be having more kittens soon. Which, hey, it's fine with me. I don't know, man. I get used to it. It's kind of crazy. Like, I get real attached to those kittens. Then I have to give them away. And it's like, it kills me. But I can't have all these cats in my house. JoJo Twins says, controversial opinion. I think C.J. Gardner-Johnson was the best case scenario for our defense. Kept our cornerbacks and didn't need to waste draft picks on 2 positions. Only used 1 for safety. You mean that having him was the best case scenario for us, or leaving was the best case scenario? I mean, look, I didn't want to lose him, but it's just a shame how the whole thing worked out. Texan Eagle says, Lori and Howie promised us SEC players and haven't looked back since we drafted Smitty and Dickerson. Yeah, it's interesting, right? We use Alabama for offensive players. Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, Landon Dickerson, right? Tyler Steen. We go out and get all these Alabama guys on offense. And then on defense, we get Georgia guys. I kind of like that philosophy. I bet you there's only a matter of time before all the teams start copying us. Your cat whore cash? I don't know what that even means. I love my cats, yeah. Eagles Lander says, what's up, 500? Carter and Nolan Smith will challenge for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I like what I'm hearing about both of them getting pressure, causing problems for O-line. I do too. I would put money on them. I think Jalen Carter is a good bet, a favorites type bet. I think you probably get a good return for Nolan Smith. I'm going to put some money on him, no question. Miles says, I'm so hyped for a run game. Yeah, I have some concerns about the health, but I think overall depth-wise, I think they're going to be better than they were a year ago. Eagle 20 says, I would have been happy if he had stayed, but if we lasted both our starter cornerbacks, then if we lost both our corners, sure. What would have happened is I think the Eagles were set up this way. They were going to keep Bradbury. They were going to let Slay walk, and they were going to bring back C.J. Gardner-Johnson. When C.J. Gardner-Johnson, when they decided that they couldn't do it, couldn't sign him, then they went and brought back Darius Slay. That's what happened. Get your cat neutered? Nah, not anytime soon. I want them little kitties. Catnip is like definitely like weed for cats. I can tell you what. A couple of my cats are like they're addicted to catnip. Like they sit there and they try to get through my drawers to find catnip. How many Georgia players do you think we will draft in the next draft class? I think we'll probably 2 of the first 3 picks. Gino says, Smitty, Jersey, Kelly Green, let's go. Let's go is right. You ain't kidding. I'm going to get Devontae Smith is my first Kelly Green jersey. Millie says, has balls out our way 500 you got from work? Just got in from work. That was brilliant. I know. Last week it was 100. I was out there and it was 109 degrees outside. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. It was brutal. Steve says, CJ's not as good as everyone thinks. This year you will see. Well, that's even better then, right? I mean, that's even better because, we didn't pay him and he's not here. Luciano says, do you think Howie Roseman will make a move? If so, for who? I definitely think they're going to make a move. I think that the Barnett restructure was to give the Eagles more flexibility to possibly trade him if need be. But I also think that they're working out a ton of wide receivers. So I think you watch wide receiver, and they're also working out wide receivers. And what was the other position they were working out? Safety. So these are 2 positions. Like last week, they've brought a bunch of guys in to work out for. So I think those are the 2 positions to watch. Now, if they seem to struggle at linebacker, you may see a move there too. But I say, if I had to guess, I would say wide receiver, safety would be the 2 positions. Just based upon the fact that they keep working out guys for those positions. JoJo's twin says, yo, Philly, do you think you're going to do a reaction video to the Kelly Green reveal? And if so, it will be live or video. I am going to do some sort of reaction. I don't know if it's going to be live or not because they're going to release. They're releasing the pre-sales at 9:30 Eastern on Monday. That's 6:30 from my time. But if they're releasing them and then if they're doing a reveal like later, I'll go live for it. If the reveal is like 6:30, 5 or 6:30 in the morning my time, I may just record it. But I will do a live react. I will do a reaction one way or the other. Philly 500's mistress. Don't let my wife see that. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for last night, babe. I never felt so. You're welcome. I think you had the wrong person. But thank you for the super chat. That's awesome. Bunzology, what's up, man? He says, yeah, Buddha signed a new deal with Arizona. Yeah, he did. He did. That was a good one. I wonder who that is, but that was hilarious. Thank you for that. Hey, baby. No, it's a joke. No, I'm just kidding. System of the Knot. What's up, man? That was funny. Burak says, I will reiterate what I have been saying all along. New defensive coordinator is one of the smartest coaches around. Fly Eagles fly. Defense will break records this year. I like him so far. I like everything he's saying. I like, like I said, there are some trigger words for me. Like I like to hear a defensive coordinator talk about being aggressive, about impact, about, taking it to the offense. He says all those things. Gannon didn't. And he also talks about, like taking on the identity of the city and the team and what it represents. And if that's the case, I think we're in good hands. I already like Sean Desai better than I ever liked Jonathan Gannon. John, you've been hanging around Joey. I don't know where that came from. Ref Taco, do you think Penny, Sermon, or Scott, whoever gets cut, would have any trade value? I think Gainwell would. I don't know if Scott or Sermon would. Penny, I'm not so sure about. I'm not so sure about. Witch King says, it's our defense. If our defense plays like that, do you think we can keep the side more than 1 year? Oh, man. That's a great question. That's a great question. I think so, but I don't know. But here's something. When I was on Cilio's show, and he was bringing this up, and he was saying, he was asking me, what are my thoughts on the fact that Matt Patricia's there? Is Matt Patricia there in case Sean Desai doesn't work out? Is like Desai going to have to look over his shoulder at Matt Patricia? And I didn't think about that before, but you know what? I mean, I guess it's possible. So I would assume that, let's say Sean Desai does a great job and becomes a head coach somewhere. I would assume Patricia's probably got to be the favorite to land the defensive coordinator job. No. See, Gannon didn't. When Gannon started, he didn't like say certain things that I was like, I don't know, because I remember his press conference going, I don't know about this, you know, I don't know. Does the guy blitz? Is he going to be aggressive? Like, those were all my questions about him going in. I don't feel quite that way with Desai, you know. Joe says, Philly, is there any truth to the rumor that Barnett was ordered to give up a toe to Maddox to get cut? They both are conveniently out. Yeah, there may be some truth to that rumor. I'm looking into it right now. Should we trade for Jacobs? I don't think you need to trade for running back. I think if you need a running back later in the year, I think you can get one at the trade deadline. And you could get one that would come in and be effective. I think you start the season with what you have at running back, see how it goes. I think they're going to be fine. I think where you got to look in preseason for trades are possibly safety and wide receiver and then linebacker. Like if your linebackers are struggling, I go make a move for Patrick Queen, you know. Burke says, Desai will be here at least 2 years. Reason is most think success is because of the talent. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I'm not a big Matt Patricia guy either. So I'm not saying I would want him to be defensive coordinator. Mike says, Sean Desai has been a defensive coordinator in the league a few years, and he had the Bears defense be really good the year he was defensive coordinator there, and he had terrible list of players compared to what we have in Philly. Yeah, and they did a great job at getting to the quarterback and things like that. I expect Desai to be a little more aggressive. I think he's going to blitz more. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be Buddy Ryan or Jim Johnson, but I do expect, you know, I think they said that we blitzed 9% of the time last year. I do think that goes up to the 20s, you know. I think that's what we're looking at. So we should trade for Jacobs. Penny always gets injured. If you need to get a running back, you can get him. But to me, Bonzology is here. I know he loves Penny. He thinks Penny's going to be the guy. I think Swift's the guy. I think Swift's going to have a monster year this year. So I want to give those guys a chance first. Eagles just need another sign linebacker. I'll be satisfied. They might. That's a move that they might make. They might have to, but I think they're gonna wait and see what those guys do. You know, Dibbin, welcome to Dingbat Nation, man. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining. I actually will have a Dingbat Nation video out later tonight. So we will be doing that. Now here's something I want to show you guys, right? Because Mark Holmes made a big deal about this today, and he couldn't wait to come do a video on it, right? So apparently Micah Parsons is talking crap. Future Eagle, I should say. Future Eagle Micah Parsons is talking crap. Here's what he said. Pound Cowboy star pass rusher Micah Parsons believes that Dallas is the top team in the NFC. I think we're the top team in the NFC. No one can beat you except yourself. Quote, we didn't lose a Javon Hargrave and then draft somebody. We have everybody across the board. So Mark went on and he made a big deal about this. Oh, Logan Parsons says, Philly, how do you feel about that? What are your thoughts on it? And my thoughts are simple on it. I don't really care. I mean, he should talk crap. He's gotta try to save face at this point because it looks so bad. He's such a Philly homer that he has to say something. And look, you're gonna talk crap. Jalen Carter talk crap. He talk crap. I don't really care. But he's wrong. And he's not really being truthful. If you look at his reaction when the Eagles drafted Jalen Carter, he freaked out. He freaked out because he knows what it meant. That reaction was more honest than that comment. That comment is something he has to say. Micah Parsons, basically what he's telling me is, I got to get this team thinking they're good because the Eagles are too good for us. That's really what it is. So, to me, Micah Parsons' comments are just another indication that the Cowboys fear us. Chris Scott, a member for 23 months of Double Moonwalkers. Thank you, man. He goes, Philly 500. If you can have 2 past Eagles and add them to this team, which would you add to this team? You can go back as far as 1980. 2 players I could add right away. I probably would go Reggie White, because you're talking about top 10 greatest defensive players that ever play a game, maybe top 10 best players ever to play the game. So I got to go Reggie White, and then I would go Brian Dawkins as safety. The Eagles need a safety. Could you imagine getting Brian Dawkins' prime and adding him into this defense? So those would be the guys, Dawkins and Reggie White. Offensively, I think we're living under the greatest offense I've ever seen in Eagles history. I don't think the Eagles have had a line like this that I've ever seen. I've never seen a pair of wide receivers this good as we have now. I think Jalen Hurts is on track to be one of the greatest Eagles quarterback of all time. I think our tight end's great. So I think our offense is like, we're talking offensive side of the ball. This is the best I've ever seen Philadelphia Eagles have. Defensively would be 91 Eagles. But I would take Reggie and Dawkins. That would be it. I mean, you gotta take Reggie White, because Reggie White's a top 10 best defensive players ever to play. Relaxing View says, "Yup, Dawkins or White, no doubt." Yeah, I mean, White's going to give you 20 sacks a year. Miles says, "We're winning 20 games with Dawkins or Reggie." Could you imagine? Oh my gosh. I mean, Seth Joyner, if you were talking about positional needs, then yeah, but you can't just have a top 10 defensive player ever to play the game and not bring him in. You got to bring him in. With Reggie White, a 300-pound defensive end that's just as fast as any of these smaller guys, can play inside, can play outside, and he's going to give you 20 sacks a year. Now you got Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter with him, and Brandon Graham and Sweat rotating in. No, I got to go Reggie. Yeah. EC1 Football says, on my date, July 31st, 500 Kelly Green. That's very cool. Yep, this Monday. SMDS Marie, what's going on? Like the stream, subscribe, support guy 500. Thank you so much. Thank you. Coles Cowboys, what's happening, man? Imagine having Buddy Ryan as defensive coordinator with this team. I would be concerned. Oh, man. Buddy, what he would do, or even Jim Johnson, or Bud Carson for that matter. Those guys would do a lot of great things, yeah. But, I mean, if you're talking about adding to play, you have to add Reggie. I don't say you can't add Reggie. We're talking literally top 10 greatest defensive players ever to play. Ray says, love the show. Please say hello, Ray Ray. Hello, Ray Ray. If you need to trade Jalen Carter for any current player in the league right now, who would it be? For any current player in the league right now? Oh, no. That's a good one. It'd have to be like, boy, I would want a defensive lineman back. It'd have to be like a pass rusher. It'd have to be like Bosa or something. Mike says, I think I want Davis and Carter to start and rotate Cox and Williams into the mix. That's what I want too. And I think Fletcher Cox wants that, because if you could keep his reps down and keep him fresh, you want him to be ready to go going into the playoffs. Oh, I have to watch that fight. Everyone is screwed. It's so evident. 500 for the media coverage. Professional represent the fan base. Everyone's screwed. What do you mean? Eagles Guru, what's up? Birds just got here. What I missed? Nothing, man. We're just talking Eagles camp. Talking about what's going on. Yeah, Bosa's holding out. I wonder if they'll trade him. Jonathan says the defense will be better, lower in sacks probably, but better in not giving up third and long yardage, like third and third. Oh God, that was horrible. Jonathan, again, no more. The dark cloud is gone. It probably goes down in sacks, maybe, but I think they could get up there. I think they still could be one of the top 3 guys in the league. TJ Watt or Garrett, yeah, it's something like that. It'd have to be a pass rusher. Nolan got Jalen Hurts again. Yeah, Nolan got him. Nolan got him. I think Carter got him too. But I mean, what they're saying about Nolan Smith is really, I mean, the people are talking about like his first step off the line. He's so fast. I mean, if you have a guy like that, I think you got to use him like a Swiss Army knife. Like, I think you got to go out there and just find ways to get him involved. You know, even like if he runs a 4.39, put him on a tight end at times. You know, whatever you have to do to get him on the field, do it. You know, I really like him obviously rushing the quarterback, but I think you got to find ways to use him. Oh, JJ Rock Philly, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. He goes, Corinthians 9:6-8. Each of us must give as he's decided in his heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion. To God loves a cheerful giver. Fly, Eagles, fly. God bless you. Fly. Hey, God bless you, man. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, man. God bless you and your family. Thank you so much. Kelly Green jerseys, Monday. They come out Monday, so we'll get to see them. I can't wait. I'm excited. Chris has another question. In case Max gets hurt, who would slide in position, Greedy or Ringo? I mean, I think it would be McPherson. Now, I don't know, because I don't know how they're rotating the guys in at this point, but I think they've been training McPherson to play in the slot. So I think he may be the guy, or it would be Greedy Williams. I don't know if Ringo would be there yet. I think Ringo's going to get time at safety. Yeah, they double teamed the Eagles. Okay, one of the best offensive line football. They tried to double team Carter, and Carter broke the double team and blew up a play today. Also, apparently, one of his sacks, he basically lifted Dickerson up and threw him and got in there and got a sack. Landon Dickerson is a top 3 guard in football, and he threw him around like nothing. Jalen Carter is very impressive. Dan Cilio says he reminds him of Jerome Brown. If we get anything similar to Jerome Brown, holy crap. Al says the pads aren't on yet, so the O-line is a different. Yeah, no pads yet. We'll see what happens when pads come out. But it's, you know, they don't do pads like they used to. Like back in the day, I remember going like to Lehigh and stuff, and they would have 2 days, and they'd go out there every afternoon, and they'd be crushing each other, man, and hitting each other. That was always fun to watch. They don't do that anymore. I'm so excited for Nolan Smith. Was excited when we got him. I was very happy when we got him at where we got him. I didn't think he would be there. I didn't think he would go 10. But my gosh, from what we're hearing so far, it just sounds like it was such a steal. I mean, you've heard that people inside the Eagles organization are already saying that Jalen Carter is the steal of the draft. Like, they already look at him. They already know this dude's the real deal. So I'm very excited. Brandon says, going to open practice August 6th. I can't wait to see the team in person, even if it's only practice. Yeah, I wish I could go there. I need to hire somebody to like grab a lot of clips for me and like film live stream so I can like stream it. Rylan says, Philly, how you doing, Philly? Just wanted to stop in and say I appreciate everything you do for the Eagles community. It means a lot. Oh, Rylan, thank you so much, man. And That means a lot to me, man. Thank you. Kaz Hana says, can you imagine Smith or Reddick coming off the edge on a play? I know, it's scary. And then if you're getting a push up the middle with Carter and Davis, I mean, it's scary. The Eagles' defensive line is very, very scary. This is what Mark Holmes, this is why he's so concerned. Desmond says, what do you think about bringing? I'm open to bringing back Sue if they need him. You know, I mean, I think our defensive tackles are pretty deep, though. I mean, you got Carter Davis, Fletcher Cox, Milton Williams. He's another guy that's in tremendous shape right now. So he looks good in the kid's street. So I if you need him, I'm open to it. But I don't think you need to do it at this point. You know. Brandon Smith says the team says fans can purchase the new Kelly Green jerseys at all three Eagles Pro shops located Financial Field, Cherry Hill, and Lancaster beginning Monday 9 a.m. I'm assuming that on their website too, the Eagles shop, that you can get it too. But I will be trying to pre-order Devontae Smith. I want a Devontae Smith one, and then I'm probably gonna get. I see, dude. I want Nolan Smith now. I want Devontae Smith. I want to get Jalen Hurts. I want to AJ. Like I'm gonna go. My wife's gonna throw me out of the house. She's gonna throw me out of the house because I'm gonna spend all our money on jerseys. Yeet Dave for super chat, my man. Says Cowboy fans mad they took the wrong Smith. Oh yeah, they wanted Nolan Smith. You know what's a shame is I'm using a new computer. All my stuff, I had all these new clips. I had these new intros. I had everything I was working on this summer to show you guys and stuff. It's all gone. I can't get any of it. I have to start it all over. But I had a bunch of stuff, and I had some stuff on Cowboy fans' reactions to Nolan Smith getting them not the Eagles taking Nolan Smith and them not, and then them thinking that they drafted Nolan Smith. If Carter really made him land in, that's great. That's what they said. He threw him to the ground and threw him off and got to the quarterback. Multiple people said that happened at practice. So I believe it. What sucks is when they do 11-11 and stuff and they're doing those things, you can't record. So nobody can record. So when you see like the media guys and stuff put clips out of them working out, they're always like before they do the like 11-11s, you know, they can't record those. I use the clips on the stuff that comes from Twitter, like by the media guys. That seems like POK. I'm very scared and reluctant to use Eagles website stuff because what you think you get away with now, they could come at you later and you can lose everything. So that's why I don't do more clips. I just can't take that chance. Oh, wait, what was that? I bet the Kelly Green jerseys will sell within a few days and go, I think within a few hours. I bet you within a few hours. I was watching. Oh, let me see this. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I have this. I want to show you guys something. Let me see if I can find this. I was watching. Let's see if I have it. Do I have it? Let me see. All right, I'm going to send this. I want to show you guys this. You got to check this out. This is why I think the Eagles need to go back to Kelly Green. I'm going to show you. Check this out. All right, so I was watching late last night. NFL Network had the Eagles. Why did I just freeze? Hold on. Hold on. I just froze up. Can you guys still see me? Okay. Can you guys still see me? It totally froze up there for a second. Let me try that again. That was really weird. It's not letting me do it. Why aren't you letting me do it? Hold on. Let me try it this way. It's weird, Mike. It just froze on me for a second. I just think I screwed it up. Hold on. I want to show you guys this. All right. So I was watching. It's not letting me do it. Why would you not let me? It's not letting me bring it in. But anyways, it's not letting me bring the clip in. But I was watching the Eagles NFC Championship game last night. It was on NFL Network, and they showed the stands. And if you look at the stands, I took a picture. I would say 60% of the fans in the stands had Kelly Green's jerseys on. They had Kelly Green jerseys on. Everything was Kelly Green. The Eagles need to go back to Kelly Green because they'll make the most money. Yeah, several Eagle fans in Vegas. Yes. Yeah, I know, Zach. I'm not very good with computers. I apologize. Mike says, John, you can tell it unless you want Kelly Green, then it would probably be 9 a.m. Yeah. Dad says, what's up, Five? What's up, man? How are you? Yeah, I don't know. I always screw up things computer-wise. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't. You should see me try to use, like, iMovie. It's the most ridiculous thing. And I'm actually thinking of using Final Cut and getting it. And I'm like, oh, God, I'm going to have the worst time with this. It's going to happen. Kelly Green's coming Monday as an alternate. Daz, what's up, man? Can't believe football is close already. It's already, yeah, next Thursday is our first preseason game. Not the Eagles, but Hall of Fame game. Brian says, I think every Eagle fan is getting Kelly Green jerseys. Left out, their servers going to crash. Oh, yeah, their servers are definitely going to crash. What about the Eagles jerseys from 70s? Atrocious. I don't like the 70s jerseys. I like the 80s, early 90s ones are the best. Yeah, Nolan Smith reminds me of Von Miller, too. He does. Because he wears, like, the same glasses and stuff. Tyler says, 500 saw my comment and went back to... Did I see it? I thought I read it. Did I not read it? I apologize. I got to wait till mid-August. For what? Let's see. Torvis, I still think it's possible the midnight green jerseys might look a little different on Monday, too. There's no way they aren't putting a new word mark on all the jerseys for this year. They're definitely... No, well, they said they're not putting the word marks, the new ones, on this year. I think they said 2024. And the only thing I can think, I really believe they're redoing those Kelly Green. The word mark doesn't fit the logo, and it doesn't fit the color. It doesn't fit everything. I definitely think the Eagles are going to refresh their home away jerseys next year. I think we're getting to refresh alternates, and then next year they might still have Kelly Green, but I think they're going to change it up. I have Generation X leaders. Me too. Well, what's Generation X again? I don't even remember. I don't. I think I'm Generation X. I don't even remember what I am. ESP, if they release the Kelly Greens on the 31st, the best day ever, it happens. They are. It's happening. Zeke says 500. Y'all getting swept if Lucky will get 10 wins Super Bowl hangover. Nah, it's not happening. I love Nick Sirianni too. He is on that team's ass. He is not letting him get away with anything right now. He is making sure that those guys go out there and are ready. He was yelling at them before practice today because he didn't like how they were handling the ball and stuff. I think you got to be on them. We got to avoid that Super Bowl hangover. The Super Bowl hangover is real. Teams have been affected by it, but we can avoid it. Nick is nasty and decide he's so different this year. No hangover. I agree. I don't think we'll have a hangover. John says, "Hey, Eagles 20. There's been talk of the Eagles jerseys from the 70s." Well, we know for a fact it's not going to be the Eagles jerseys from the 70s. They released this image on the teaser. That comes straight out of the 80s, late 80s, 90s, early 90s Eagles. That's the Reggie Jerome Eagles. And then they had the Randall Cunningham, play being called by Merrill Reese. So we know what they're doing. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see it. That's the sleeve. Hey Philly, over under 5 batted passes at 5 batted pass. Oh, over by our defensive line. Over. If you were Howie, what would you do? Me? If I was Howie, what I would look to do is I'd sign Yannick Ngakoue and trade Derek Barnett. That would be the first thing I do. Tyler says, guys, just imagine if we won the Super Bowl, Carter, Nolan, and Ringo would have gone back-to-back natties and then the Super Bowl. I know, that's crazy, right? Well, I mean, that almost happened with Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean last year. So, yeah, it's possible. We got over 400 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new, hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. We will be streaming starting all next week as well. So I won't be streaming tomorrow or Sunday. The Eagles are actually off tomorrow. And then Monday, Tuesday, I'll be streaming. Thursday and Friday. Wednesday, I can't stream. But the other days, I can. I don't believe the Super Bowl hangover when you're the right leaders in place shouldn't happen. Herb Sirianni won't let that happen. I agree. I don't think those guys are going to let it happen. It's affected teams before. A lot of times, I think with the Super Bowl hangover, it happens because you get teams that come into the season injured. You get, like, if you think about 2017 when we won the Super Bowl, look how many guys had to delay surgeries and stuff because we were in the Super Bowl, and they were still doing rehabs and still recovering. So I think a lot of times because the Super Bowl is so late, that these teams come in beat up to the following year. We're relatively healthy. We were healthy going into the Super Bowl. We're relatively healthy now, and I think that's going to be the big difference. Do you think the color green jerseys they're doing this season with the 90s word mark or the new ones? I think it'll be the old one. I think it's going to be the old word mark. Do I have it here? But I think it'll be the old word mark, like the one they had back in the 90s. Generation X is that from 65 to when? I'm 75, so would that make me Generation X? I kind of like Generation X. That's kind of cool. 500, y'all both lost starting linebackers. CJ Gardner and Hargrave, stop it, y'all. See, this is the big mistake you guys are making. Okay, first of all, the linebackers weren't all that last year. I mean, Edwards was decent, but Kaiser White was non-existent. Then the safety position is a fair position. And then the Eagles replaced Hargrave. They went and they got the best player in the draft in Jalen Carter. Now you get Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. All they need to do is combine, put up the same numbers or better combined that Hargrave did. Don't do that. So we're all set. And you forget that our offense is coming back. The bread and butter in this team, the key to this team is the offense. And everybody's back. You guys are in big trouble. And you keep telling yourselves, and you Cowboy fans are delusional. You think that we lost these guys and we haven't fixed it. Wait till next year when you lose everybody. You don't have the GM to do what we did. You guys are making a big mistake. Imagine Cowboys-Eagles NFC Cowboys-Eagles NFC Championship in Philly in the snow. That's what I want. That's like my perfect situation. Nolan Smith, not only athletic freak, but he's vocal too. Vocal, smart, great leader. I just love his personality. John says, every piece we've lost has been replaced with youth and higher talent levels. I know. It's crazy. They seem to forget that we still have 3 other guys that had double-digit sacks on this team last year. Nakobe Dean, the reason they let Edwards go is because they believe Nakobe Dean's better. Kaiser White disappeared. Safety-wise, you could say, okay, well, maybe we didn't replace C.J. Gardner-Johnson. That's fair. But Hargrave has been replaced. I mean, come on, man. Jalen Carter would have been the first player in the draft. Don't be surprised if Washington ends up second behind the Eagles. Washington is going to feel liberated with Snyder gone. Dallas has issues with McCarthy play calling and Dak's regression. Yeah, I think that's going to be a big problem for the Cowboys. I don't like McCarthy as a play caller. Washington, I just don't know about the quarterback situation. To me, that's their biggest problem. Darren says, I'll take our current linebacker room than Alex Singleton, Nick Gary, and Duke. Oh, me too. Cowboys are scared, and they're talking themselves into, well, the Eagles lost these players, so that must mean we're better. And it doesn't mean what you think it means. Is Dak a $60 million cap hit next year? Good luck signing, but he's a big cap hit next year. They got a bunch of guys that are going to be free agents. They got Zach Martin holding out. They got Diggs just got paid, but they're going to have to pay all these other guys, and they're going to have to restructure Dak. They're going to end up losing a bunch of players, but they don't have 2 first-round picks. They don't have Howie Roseman as a GM. It's a lot different. Of course, it's 500. Do you believe mobile quarterbacks have become the new move for NFL teams? Yeah, I think it happens more today. I think you're getting quarterbacks that can run and throw. As before, it seemed like there wasn't that many guys that could do both. Maybe like Randall could do both, Steve Young could do both. Now I think Vic could do both. Now I think you're getting guys that really can do both. James says, what Dallas in the NFC Championship? Dak can't get out of the second round of the playoffs. Zach Martin did not report yet. John, no. Great. Riff is here. He says, Dak is our problem. The rest of our team is good enough to win a Super Bowl. I mean, look, I'm not going to say Dallas doesn't have talent, but, I mean, Dallas underachieves. And if Dak's the reason, then it is what it is. But for whatever reason, you guys can't get out of the second round of the playoffs. NG, they're the Couch Boys. They are. Zeke says 500. You overhype Howie, bro. When you want him gone? I did want him gone. I did. When we were drafting bad players, I had a problem with him. I did, but I've made my peace. I did my apology video. When he changed up how he draft, everything changed. Now you look at our draft, and we're totally crushing it. And you look at what he's done in the last 2 drafts, especially. You got to give the guy credit. Forte says some say dual threats quarterbacks can't stay healthy. We'll see. Some of them can't. I mean, I do think that you have to be careful, obviously. But I think that they can. James says Dak is the reason they don't have a healthy running back. MG says Josh Allen got to a title game. Dak never won a divisional. Listen, I'll say this about Josh Allen. He hasn't won a Super Bowl yet or gone. But in that game, that playoff game a couple years ago, when it was him in Kansas City, and they were in Kansas City, and that game goes, to overtime, Kansas City wins at the end. That game, Josh Allen showed that he could win big games and in big moments. I have no doubt that Josh Allen couldn't win a Super Bowl. I don't believe he cannot not win the big game. He put his team in gave that team a chance to win versus Kansas City. Man, he went mano a mano with Mahomes. So I don't believe that Josh Allen can't win a big game. Dak Prescott has never done anything like that in the playoffs, ever. Dakota is part of the problem. Howie's no joke. He has arrived. He did, because Howie, what Howie does is Howie grows. Howie changes things up. Howie said, you know what, I'm doing contracts, I do trades well, I do all that well, but my drafting stinks. We've got to reevaluate what we're doing here. And they changed up, started drafting within the SEC, and then now we're a powerhouse. Steve H, man, thank you for the super chat, man. He says, what's up, bro? What's going on, man? How are you? Thank you for super chat, by the way. Marcus says, Jalen Hurts became a good quarterback because he studied film, worked on his mechanics, and processed this into the field. Got to put the work to be great. Yeah, and he does. I mean, he puts a lot of work in. How do you only have 4 playoff wins, 28 years? Cowboy fans is happy with losing the playoffs every year. They don't expect much from the team. Yeah, it's really bad. It's pathetic. They think that the 5 Super Bowls 30 years ago means that they have like a lifetime pass to stink. Bleeding Kelly Green says, "Yo, what up, 500? Just woke up from a nap. Had a dream you made an egg dog time, Yoshi. Egg dog time? Egg dog. I like it. Egg dogs. Here come the egg dogs. I like it. I like it. Joe says, Josh Allen needs a running game, and he'll be us also almost on. I agree. But Josh Allen proved to me he could win a big game in a big moment. Madman says, Josh hasn't been in the AFC Championship game in 3 years. Can't see him winning any big game until he actually wins a big game. I don't need to see a guy win a big game to know that if he can win a big game. It depends how the game ends. If you look at that Kansas City game, when he left the field, he went down and gave Buffalo and put them in a position to beat Kansas City. He couldn't have done anything more. So to me, he showed me he could win a big game. And I often think about Nick Foles in this way. When in 2017, when the Eagles, when Carson Wentz got hurt, I said to people, I said, I don't know if the Eagles can win the Super Bowl, but they're going to the Super Bowl. They'll get to the Super Bowl. I don't know if they'll win, but they'll get there because of Nick Foles. People say, well, how do you think Nick Foles can win the playoffs? I said, because if you remember in the playoffs versus New Orleans, Nick Foles, under pressure, went there and came off the field with a lead. He showed us he could win in big moments and move the ball and go downfield. He showed me then. And it came to fruition. I think the same thing with Josh Allen. I mean, I'm not rooting for Buffalo to win Super Bowl, but, I'm just saying, he showed me something. Dak Prescott has never showed me anything in the playoffs. Steve H., thank you for Super Chat. He goes, Nolan Smith looking sharp. Yeah, Nolan Smith is looking like an absolute beast. Agreed. Nickname for Hurts, the T-1000. I like that, yeah. The Terminator. Saying that quarterback can't win a big game because the team is so dumb has nothing to do with the team all the time. It has to do with them and big moments. Listen, you have to have a good team around you. You have to have a team around you, but you also have to have a quarterback in the playoffs. I'm sorry. You have to have a quarterback that can carry that team and put that team on his back and do what he needs to. You have to have a quarterback that can get you over the hump. You can have a great team, but if your quarterback can't deliver in the big moments, I'm sorry. It's true. That's why quarterbacks are so valuable. And Dak Prescott has never done anything but disappear in the playoffs. Philly, 500. Prescott super overhyped. He literally have the worst stats than Cousins. You can't even Google it. The only thing he is better at him is turning the ball over. I look at, their career statistics are almost identical. But this where, this excuse, and I hear it by a lot of Cowboy fans, oh, you put too much on the quarterback. The quarterback's not the reason why you win a playoffs or lose. It's part of it. It's a big part of it. You have to have a quarterback at the right moments, the right times, can carry that team and can put that team on his back. Jalen Hurts did that last year in the Super Bowl, and if he just would have had a little more time, one more drive, he would have won it. Josh Allen did that in that one of the greatest playoff games I've ever seen. So I don't buy that. I think that the people that say that the quarterback, it's not about the quarterback, I think they're the people who root for a team that has a quarterback that can't win in the playoffs. Chris Kaufman, thank you for Super Chat, my man. Appreciate it. He goes, Cowboys haven't won a second-round playoff game since the Clinton administration. Oh, my gosh. That's crazy true. That is crazy true. Hurts, I have Hurts tied at 3 in my top 5, young gamer. I have him and Josh Allen tied at 4. 4? Is it 4? So I got Mahomes. I have Mahomes, Burrow, and then I have Josh Allen and Hurts tied at 3. So I have them tied at 3. Professor Cass says Dak had a chance to win both games. 49ers game, and he personally choked. The ball was in his hands. That's true. The ball was in his hands, and he ran the clock out. I mean, it's like, dude, talk about awareness. You don't have the awareness to know where you're at on the field that you can't do what you just did. It's crazy. If Dak Prescott was the Eagles quarterback, the Eagle fans would be killing him. Cowboy fans just make excuses. Relaxing music for sleep says the Chiefs are shaking in their boots, hoping they can beat the Eagles. They're a good team, but ask yourself what have they done in the draft, and who they lost. Yeah, and they got a guy holding out. I mean, I think the Chiefs are going to be good. I actually think it's going to be my prediction for Super Bowl is Eagles Chiefs rematch. I think we're going to get a rematch. Tyler says Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Hurts, Herbert. That's my top 5. I like that. That's pretty good. I really have Hurts and Allen pretty close together. But I like it, and I think Burrow's going to be okay. I think it's just a high ankle sprain, so it sounds like he's going to be all right. McNabb Fab 5, thank you so much for super chat, my man. Appreciate it. What free agent linebacker is available? How efficient? I'm not sure what free agent linebacker is available. Not off the top of my head. I'd have to go check. I do know that, the guys like Patrick Queen are being shopped. Isaiah Simmons being shopped. So there could be opportunities to trade for linebacker. I'm not sure who's on the open market right now. Oh, the only guy I think Miles Jack. Miles Jack is available. A lot of people think we're going to end up landing him, which would be interesting. McNabb Fab 5 again. Thank you so much. Did I read that already, or did you do that? Was that twice? I think that was twice. Yeah, I think Miles Jack is the only guy I know off the top of my head. Patrick Queen is under contract. He's with the Ravens still, but they're shopping him. Let's see here. Marcus says, ask Stephon Diggs how good Josh Allen is. He doesn't even want to play with his choking ass anymore. Real talk. But whatever frustrations they have. But I saw Josh Allen put his team on his back against Kansas City in the playoffs in one of the most epic games, and he gave his team a lead. They had the lead when he came off the field. He did everything he could to win. So I don't believe all that stuff about people like Diggs are done with him. I think that's Dallas fans wishful thinking that they could get Stephon Diggs with his brother. John, David Super Chat. He goes, it's Jerry Jones' birthday. How old is he? Jerry Jones, happy birthday. 3,522 years old. He has been around for a long time. 3,523 years old is not very easy to get to. But happy birthday on turning 3,524 years old. And we'll see. I mean, it's got to be tough being 3,526 years old. Private says, if the offense is looking a little sloppy, does that cause concern for Brian Johnson, or is it just Russ? No, because usually the tendencies in training camp and when they first come to camp is the offense is sloppy and the defense is always a little ahead of the offense. That happens naturally all the time. So I wouldn't worry about it at all. Yeah, he's a dinosaur. Jerry Jones owes Benjamin Franklin money. He does. He actually does. He was actually apparently he was out there the night that Ben Franklin got struck by lightning with the kite. Jeffrey says Josh Allen, but he takes too many risks and decision. Yeah, he has too many turnovers. I agree. I mean, one of the weaknesses with him is too many turnovers, especially last year. That's true. Robert says, I love when you talk about Jerry Jones' age. That's my silly owner. Guy's 3,527 years old. What are you going to do? I mean, guy's still running at 3,528 years old. Bronum says, how many losses does it take, Philly, for you to start worrying about the Eagles? It has to be early. Like, let's say you start getting a 5-6 losses early and they're coming pretty quick, that's when I get worried. But it really, to me, what's more important than that is how are you playing in December? So you could struggle and have 3-4 losses early in the year and then be hot at the end of the year. And I could feel very confident about going in and making a run in the playoffs. It's all about how you're playing like in December and January. That's what it's all about. So I don't worry too much about losses. What I worry about first and foremost is first thing is get to the playoffs. Be in a position to get to the playoffs, win a division. Second thing is get home field advantage. But losses, it just depends on where it puts you in terms of going to playoffs. I've seen too many times. I've seen the Eagles start 0-2, 1-3, and then we make a run and get into the playoffs, and we're pretty tough to beat. Joseph, Philly, no matter what life is good, we have Hurts and Cowboys have turnover machine Dak. I know, and they're already flipping out because he keeps turning the ball over in training camp. Wait until that translates to if Dak goes out like week 1 and has like 2 interceptions, those fans are going to go berserk. Mark Holmes is going to lose it. See, the Dak Prescott excuses are coming to an end. There's not much they can do about that anymore. It's almost over. Yes, definitely like the stream. Yeah, I appreciate everybody being here on a Friday. Sorry we started late. I couldn't get home till late. I still got a bunch of videos I got to do today. I got to do a channel membership video. I have to do a late evening. I'm gonna have a late video tonight, and then I'll have an afternoon video tomorrow. I'm supposed to take my family down the shore tomorrow. So I want to have a video in case I'm there. If something breaks, I'll be able to go live, but I am going to be out of town for the day. I'm going on a day trip. Ramal says, yo, 500, do you think Hurts is going to have a better season than Prescott again? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I think this is going to be the year. I think this is the year Dak Prescott burns a lot of bridges in Dallas. I think a lot of the fans are going to come to the reality that Dak is not going to be the guy. And I think you're going to see war, like a civil war amongst Cowboy fans fighting about Dak Prescott. I think that's going to be what happens this year. Hurts over or under 700 yards? I'm going to say under. I'm going to say under because I think he's going to throw more than he runs. I think the run's going to come down a little bit. I think the passing numbers are going to go way up. So I'm going to say over 500 but under 7. Mariota has to be a better second string quarterback, right? Than Minshew? Yeah, he is. I mean, he's still got his problems. He still has a tendency to turn the ball over and stuff. But as a backup, if you need him for a couple games, I think so. And he can still do some of the things Hurts can do with running and stuff. So you don't have to completely change your offense around if you need him to come in and fill in, things like that. Toriville says, Mark Holmes will never accept Dak leaving the Cowboys. I think Mark would choose Dak over Mahomes. He loves no bounds when it comes to Dak. I know. It's true. But it's coming. His love affair is coming to an end. It's coming to an end. Unless Dak Prescott goes out there and does something. To me, like if I was a Cowboy fan, I would feel like if Dak Prescott can't get us to at least the NFC Championship game, we got to move on. That's how I would feel. Young says, Phil, do you think Sidney Brown could start over Edmonds instead of Blankenship? Yeah, I think Sidney Brown has a definite chance to start. I think he's going to be in the mix, and I think you could see a situation where it's him or Blankenship. I was watching the NFC Championship game last night. He made a couple tackles. Like he got Deebo Samuel. It was a 4th down play, and Deebo was trying to get around the outside. He made a great tackle, actually forced a fumble. I want to see what Blankenship does this year. Oh, Calvin Noy, free agent. He could still be a solid. Could be, yeah. I mean, was he hurt or something? I wonder why he's still out there. Chris B says, why do Eagle fans care so much about Dak? If he's so bad, you should want him. It's not a matter that we care about him, but when Cowboy fans come in and mention him and talk about him, you got to respond. If nobody said anything about Dak, I wouldn't even mention them. Brandon Graham, Jalen Carter, Sweat, Nolan, Nightmare, Big Baby Davis, Hitman, Hassan, Big Flesh Cox, and Will Nasty. I like depth this year. Flag was fine. I love it. Absolutely. Mammoth says, under 700 yards, team are going to dominate in the running this season and make him try to win with his arm. They are. And one of the things that's going to really benefit us is I think you're going to see the Eagles use the receiver out of the backfield. I think you're going to see DeAndre Swift catch a lot of balls. Now, if you're going to have to all of a sudden deal with the Eagles being able to throw to a running back out of the backfield, that adds a whole nother dimension to our offense we haven't used. Now you're going to have to deal with is it going to be the running back? Is he going to run the ball? Is he going to throw to Smith, AJ Brown, Goddard? It's going to open everything up. So I think teams will focus on that, but I think that the move the Eagles got to counter is that they're going to use the running back in the passing game a lot more. Jerry Jones is 3,528 years old. No, Joe, we have not addressed special teams yet. No. Privates of Philly, who would you keep, Barnett or Rager? Oh, I'd keep Barnett before I'd keep Rager. I mean, Barnett, the thing is, Barnett just hasn't panned out, hasn't developed, but, attitude-wise and stuff like that, he's great. There's nothing wrong with him in that regard. Rager was a bit of a head case. I don't think Barnett is a head case. If they down on Hurts rushing, then Swift's going over 1,000. I agree. I have a feeling Cindy Brown's going to be really good. I do too. I have a feeling too. I have a feeling we're going to have three rookies who are playing a ton this year. I truly believe it. Now, I'm going to do another couple more minutes, and then I'm going to get out of here. I still got some videos to film, but I just want to make sure I came on here. I said I was going to come on here, even though it was late. It's better late than never. AJ Smith going to eat. Agreed. Barnett is going to take snaps from the. I'm not worried about Barnett taking snaps. I think they're going to still look to trade him. But the other thing is this: they redid his contract because they were going to get ready. They were going to let him go. I don't think Barnett's going to get nearly the snaps people think he's going to. Chris B says Philly whiff. The Eagles have Super Bowl hangover. Still talking about the Super Bowl. I mean, you got to avoid it. You got to avoid it. I can tell you right now that everything I've seen so far in camp is the Eagles and Nick Sirianni is making a huge effort to avoid that. And I think with the leaders that they have on this team, the vets, I think with Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni, I don't think it's going to happen. I think a lot of times the Super Bowl hangover, as I said, have to do with teams coming in being worn out, still not being healthy. A lot of these guys that play in the Super Bowl, then you lose, they're injured, they have their surgeries really, really late and things like that. And I think a lot of times these teams come in and they're not really healthy after the year that they had the year before. The Eagles are coming in and are really, really healthy. And I think that's going to be the difference, T. Patrick, I can't wait to see how Smee progresses in year 3. Top 5 wide receiver, my man. He is going to be a top 5 wide receiver. I really believe it. Philly John says, what jersey are you getting? They're all screen print besides the most expensive ones. Cost more, only stitching on sleeves. Damn it, Nike. Yeah, I don't like the screen print-ons. I like my jerseys stitched, but it is what it is. I'll go with I'm gonna go. First one will be Devontae Smith. That'll be my first jersey. My second jersey, I haven't decided whether it's gonna be Jalen Carter, Hassan Reddick, or Nolan Smith. And then after that, it's got to be a Jalen Hurts. So those are going to be like my 4. Dwight says 500. You hear Mazi Smith tossing people around camp, causing Dak to throw an interception. Nope, I didn't hear it, but I did hear Jalen Carter's throwing people around. But Dak throws a lot. There was an interception yesterday Dak threw they showed. Oh, it was, dude, like, there was no excuse on it. It was a horrible, horrible pass. And I don't know how anybody can make an excuse for the guy. Joe says, let's keep this in mind. This is just the 3rd year that this nucleus has been together. With the last 2 drafts, the future is only going to get brighter. Oh, I agree with you. I agree. Buzzology says, Smith, top 5 receiver. Quez Dropkins. Well, I honestly think that they still are looking at getting another wide receiver. I do. I still think they're working out guys. I think they're looking. So that would be one position where it would not shock me if they make a move in preseason. Alex says, 500. I was at the NovaCare watching the Eagles practice. Jalen Carter is going to be defensive rookie of the year the way he was rushing players. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was hearing, Alex. That's what they were saying. I can't wait. Baron says, happy to see Sirianni still not hesitate to yell players when they ain't playing up to par. I agree. Him yelling and getting on them, I think it's a great way to get those guys, forget what happened last year. It's time to go to work. Mitchell and Ness, if Mitchell and Ness is selling those, then they'll be stitched. Over under 65. I mean, that's a lot of sacks. 65. I'm gonna say over. I'm gonna throw it out there. Over. I got confidence in him. JJ Rock Philly says Quez better be ready. Kane showed up big time. Agreed. Yeah, Kane looked good. So does Oz too. All right, my mistress. I'll see you later. Oh, that's funny. All right, guys. Well, listen, let me thank you guys for being here. I am going to get out of here. We're over an hour in. If you haven't hit that like, make sure you subscribe. We will be back streaming Monday. We'll also have a shakedown. I got to talk to Joey about doing it on Sunday. I want to do a shakedown Sunday. But we'll be doing a shakedown this weekend. And then Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll be live. And we'll definitely be doing stuff with the jerseys come Monday. And I'll have videos out tomorrow and Sunday as well. So look for that. Let me thank each and every one of you guys for being here. Appreciate you guys so much. And with that said, I am going to let you guys go. Take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. And don't forget, there was time for one more play.
One more play.
The officials are bad.
We had one
Yo,
more.
you gotta be motherfucking
You
kidding
got to
me.
be kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
What are you doing?
running from
What
a.
are you doing?
To get off the field on third down.
What was that bullshit?
That is not right.
Kellen Moore, he's got to be better, man. He wasn't.
Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had enough time for one more
He
play.
had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us.
Way, but, you know, this is just
The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
The brother screwed
it
us.
is, man.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys games.
Yeah, you
The brother
literally.
screwed us. The brother screwed us.